A quick insight from Rahimi Law Firm PC, powered by freshnews.ai. Couples filing marriage petitions with USCIS are facing closer interview scrutiny and requests for stronger relationship evidence. Executive summary: USCIS marriage interviews are a structured review of whether a couple's relationship is genuine based on their forms, testimony, and shared life records. Officers compare answers to the I-130 and I-485 against joint evidence, such as leases, bank statements, insurance, and photos, to test consistency and depth. Strong, well-organized documentation supports a smoother adjudication and reduces the risk of extended scrutiny or follow-up requests. Today's signal: USCIS is examining marriage cases more closely at interviews and asking for stronger relationship proof than many couples expect. The officer may compare your answers with your I-130, I-485, and supporting records and look for detailed joint documents, not just wedding photos or a few bills. Thin or disorganized evidence can slow your case, trigger follow-up notices, or extend the time you and your spouse spend waiting in uncertain status. Rahimi Law Firm enables prepare clients for USCIS marriage interviews by centralizing field orchestration, scheduling delivery, and field conversion across end-to-end delivery paths. Why it matters. Here are 4 takeaways. First, you may face tougher questions at your marriage interview if your joint bills, leases, bank records, and photos are thin or inconsistent. Second, your case can be slowed by a request for evidence or a second interview if your documents are scattered, incomplete, or do not match what you wrote on your forms. Third, you and your spouse could spend more time living apart or stuck in temporary status if an interview ends with doubts about whether your relationship is real. Fourth, your travel, work, school, and housing plans may be affected if a preventable interview problem pushes your decision date months further out. How it works in practice. When you file your I-130 and I-485 for a marriage-based green card, you submit basic proof of your relationship, but the real test often comes on interview day. At the field office, you and your spouse sit with an officer who reviews your forms, asks about your history together, and studies the documents you brought. If your papers are jumbled, dates do not match, or your answers conflict with your timeline, the interviewer may doubt that your marriage is genuine. That can lead to follow-up questions, a written request for evidence, or a notice scheduling a second, more detailed interview. One practical adjustment: gather your strongest joint records and group them by topic before your interview. What to do next? Here are 4 takeaways. First, review list major events in your relationship on a simple timeline and compare it to what you wrote on your I-130 and I-485 forms to catch inconsistencies. Second, review, collect, and copy key joint documents such as leases, bank statements, tax returns, insurance, and children's records, then sort them by category and date. Third, review, prepare a slim interview folder or binder with labeled sections so you and your spouse can quickly locate any record the officer asks to see. Fourth, review, schedule time to practice common interview questions together, focusing on clear, honest answers that match your forms and your documents. Read more at rahimilawyers.com.